Hey Mod Runners, welcome back for another episode. Today I have a special episode for you. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing a full body breakdown of How to Train Your Dragon 2 Hiccup's costume, from head to toes, all the different pieces that are involved in the costume. So let's get started. And there you go. So most of you have already seen bits and pieces of the costume, but let's break it down to exactly what Hiccup has. So first off, starting from the top of the head, we have his helmet. You've seen my other tutorials, so you know that the helmet, how to make the helmet, how to get the pieces for you. So you have his helmet. Next, kind of working our way down, is we have the forearms and the bracers. Now the bracers, people say they're gauntlets. They're not gauntlets. Gauntlets are for the hands. Bracers are what's actually protecting his arms. And this is what he has to hold his map. He holds his map pages in here. And then he has his actual map, which I have right here. He tucks away in a leather-bound piece, which is underneath the upper armor right here. In this section right here opens up, and he holds his blank map pages. Along with the bracers, there's the compass, the forearm, his knife that he uses to cut, his actual charcoal drawing device, for lack of a better name, a pencil. So the knife gets tucked up underneath here, and then these guys. I will actually have a tutorial on how to make the bracers, but it's probably not going to be out for a few more weeks. And I'll go through the process that I had to actually make the bracers. So here are the bracers themselves, and I'm going to kind of take it off so that I can work my way down through the rest of his costume. Bear with me on time because I'm going to try and do this quickly, but it is kind of a process. When you're building this costume, especially if you're building it out of leather, make sure that you wear some sort of shirt that keeps you cool. Nike makes one, Under Armour makes one, because this gets really, really hot. So when I'm actually at conventions, I'll have an undershirt on as well to kind of keep me cool, because this gets really hot. So you know that. I'm going to go ahead and take off my microphone now for a minute so I can take off the upper armor. And you've already seen the upper armor, so I won't go into details about that. All right. Next we have the tunic. I showed you in the earlier video the tunic, but this gives you a closer view of the actual finished tunic itself. You've seen the dragon scales and how to make them. The belts here are regular belts with the rivets here, and then these triangles with the leather wrapped. This one actually broke on me a couple weeks ago, so I'm actually going to redo it later on. But you can see from the back also has the dorsal fin that it does not open up in terms of automatically when I want to raise it. I actually have the metal rods, and I have a tutorial for you on the wings, which are along the sides here. I'm going to continue on taking things off, and then I'll show you. I'll also have a video on making of the wings, but just to let you know, I'm not super happy with the wings, so I'll probably redo them. To take the next piece off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take off the sword and the sheath, which is right here on the side, and I do have it Velcro so it helps stay in place. Here is the sword and the sheath that locks in place. And then go ahead and moving on down, I'm going to go ahead and take off the under tunic here so you can see what I have underneath it as well. So bear with me for another minute while I take this off. I'm going to move the microphone. Something I want to add in terms of the under tunic, as you can see, I didn't lace it all the way up. when I'm wearing the costume, I do lace it all the way up. And it takes some time to lace because each individual lace, which is why I have the eyelets taking this thing on and off. So we'll fast forward through the taking of the laces. Okay, so now that the laces are off, I want to show you what I've done with the side stripping here that holds the wings in place, and the wings go up this side here. And once again, I have a tutorial for you later on. I've Velcroed it onto the pants as well to make it a little bit easier. This is stitched onto the tunic, but the tunic is Velcroed onto the pants so that I can get it on and off fairly easily. And now I can take off the tunic, which has, like I said, the strips are already sewn in place, and then the wings go down here. And I'll set this down, and then they go into these side pockets for the pants. Now the pants are not as screen accurate as I would have liked. However, I had to sacrifice something in terms of comfortability and wear and tear. His are actually made out of some sort of nubuck or leather pants that have stitching in both the kind of the sides here and then the back here. I wanted them to be flexible and comfortable, so what I did is I took some actual horse riding pants that were originally tan, and I dyed them green. I had to dye them a couple of different times to kind of get the right color for it. So, and then the leather here is all hand stitched onto the pants. Because it's stretchy material, it's flexible and it's fairly comfortable to be walking around, and it's not as hot because it is made out of cotton. However, I had to wear them while I was stitching the leather onto here because you need to put the stitches while the pants are already stretched out, otherwise it's going to be messed up. So as you can see, the Velcro here, which holds the tunic in place, and then the leather pockets here, which when the wings are tucked inside have a little magnet that kind of closes up on top here. The inside here has got the same kind of button rivet hooks that he uses throughout his entire costume. And then the other side here. So next we have the boots, which I have a tutorial for you. The boots, which will be up in a couple of weeks. Regular Ugg boots with all the different leather pieces and hand stitching on top. So I'll have a more detailed tutorial of the boots. And then lastly, he's got two different shirts on. If you look carefully at the pictures, he's got this kind of knitted, stretchy undershirt, as well as a regular kind of leather suede nubuck fabric shirt underneath. And I will show you the undershirts was stitched together from a zippered hooded shirt, and then this was all hand sewn. I got a pattern and I hand sewed the undershirt, this layer here, to kind of create the level. And that is basically all the details for Hiccup's costume, with the exception of the map here, which in the next few weeks I'll have another tutorial on how to get the kind of weathered look for his map, and then the pencil and the charcoal that he does that look for. So that is basically the entire look and all the different pieces for Hiccup's costume for How to Train Your Dragon 2. Once again, I hope the videos are helpful now, seeing all the different pieces. I will have detailed how-to videos later on, but I wanted to make sure that you got a look. I promised after Comic-Con that I would do a full-bodied costume of How to Train Your Dragon 2 Hiccup's costume for you. So that's it. Please subscribe to the channel. Please share the videos. Get them really spread out there. Please click on the ads. It really helps me out. You'd be surprised on just those little clicks how much of a difference it definitely makes. Like I said, sharing the videos. Really share the videos with your friends. Have them click on the links and all the other stuff as well. I certainly hope these videos are helpful. I've had a lot of fun making this costume over the last several months, and I hope you're enjoying them as well. I hope you have a great weekend, and no matter what it is you do out there, find your passion.